Alright guys, what's going on YouTube? Dolphins fans out there. I wasn't going to make a video, but honestly the past 5 games it's kind of hard to cover the Dolphins right now. But I'm just going to do it. I'm up early enough to do it. Last week I didn't get a chance to do it because we played at 9:30 in the morning. Like I said, the past 5 weeks it's just been very hard to cover this team. And I'm actually going to make a video about that. I might do that later tonight after this game. That way I can access and add my thoughts about this game into it if we win or lose. But I want to talk about, in that video, about Brian Flores, Chris Greer, Tua, and this Deshaun Watson trade rumor. So stay tuned for that. I'm just going to jump right into this game. I'm going to start with the injury report, and this is what I just read an hour ago, so I don't know if it's changed, if it has changed, if hopefully it changes by 1 o'clock, because if not, half of our players are going to be out yet again. But I'm just going to touch base on the Falcons real quick. The only person that's missing this game for them is Dante Fowler, which is their best pass rush, which is good, which I'm going to get into that here in a few minutes. I'm glad he's out. I mean, I'm not glad he's injured, but I'm glad he's out. So our offensive line could hopefully have a respectable day. For us, Tua was on the injury report with his ribs still. Jacoby Brissett was battling a hamstring. Malcolm Brown, he was battling an injury. And I think one more, I forget his name, but I want to say Gaskins, I think. No, Jalen Phillips. He's battling an ankle injury. He's questionable. Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, they're both questionable. Xavier Howard's dealing with a shoulder injury and a groin. And if I'm not mistaken, Byron Jones is questionable with a groin injury. And Devontae Parker is dealing with a groin or back injury. So all those guys are questionable for today's game. I'm hoping it changes, and I'm hoping Devontae Parker plays. I'm hoping Xavier Howard plays. I'm hoping Byron Jones plays, and I'm hoping Jalen Phillips plays. You guys are 1-5. You say that Brian Flores hasn't lost the locker room. You're saying that this team is still together. Put your big boy pants on. Get out there and play some football. Period. Granted, I know you're banged up. I know it sucks. But there's a lot of players that are banged up right now that are playing and battling through injuries and trying to get a win for their team and their fans. Us fans are getting tired of this. And I don't know if it's a coaching thing or a medical staff thing, but it seems like all of our players are hurt half the time. Jalen Phillips starting to get pressure on the quarterback. He's hurt. Devontae Parker, hurt. Xavier Howard. You just signed a new deal or a new extension or earned more money this year. You wanted a new contract altogether, and you're out there with your vagina hurting because your shoulder hurts. Get out there and play football, you pansy. Guess what? If I break a finger at work, guess what? I still have to go to work. Just saying. Oh, I'm talking about you, Will Fuller, for that one. I'm sorry. Will Fuller, if I break a finger, guess what? I still have to go to work. I can't take 3 weeks off. I mean, just saying. And I'm making less than you. It's sickening how our players are always hurt. And like I said, I don't know if it's a coaching thing or a preparation thing or you're not getting enough ice baths or you're not getting enough massages. Better get the massages ready, because if we get Deshaun Watson, he's going to want a massage. Just saying. But, what was I say? As far as this game goes, I say this because the pass rush for the Falcons is at the bottom of the league. Well, one of the bottom of the league teams. So hopefully, and that's with their best pass rusher playing, they're still in one of the at the bottom of the league. Now they're without Dante Fowler, who's their best pass rusher, so their pass rush should be even worse. So I hope our offensive line can play a respectable game, which they did against the Jags. Granted, they had a lot of their key pass rushers out, and don't even get me started on that game, because I'm going to cover that and that my thoughts about how the season's going with Brian Flores and Chris Greer. We should have never lost to that team. And Brian Flores, that's on you, and I will get to it in that next video that I put out, and it's going to cover this game and probably everything else. Depending if we win or lose, I'll make more preview videos. But we're saying that, and people out there that want to say I'm a fair weather fan, it's in my skin. I'm a Dolphins fan. I just don't want to spend the time and effort to cover this team and talk about the same thing other Dolphins fans are talking about, like Dudley Do Wrong and TD, Vince Talk, all those guys. They're going to cover the same thing, and I'm not going to depress you guys anymore than what you guys already are. But anyway, to get to this game, Tua, you say that you want to be a Dolphins quarterback. You say that that this team means a lot to you. Well, how you played last week, play that good, plus another 10% if you want to be on this team. Throw for 340, 400 or 400 yards a game, 2 TDs, and no bonehead interceptions, because that interception was the most stupidest play I've ever seen ever. You should have just threw it away or checked it down. And honestly, that probably could have cost us the game right there. So maybe that is a little bit on Tua's fault last week, but I'll get into that later. But Tua, you want to be a quarterback for this team? You got big shoes to fill. I think Tannehill's better than Tua, but I'm not going to get into that. If we would have just built around Tannehill still, look what he's doing. But we couldn't do it. But Tua, you want to be the quarterback for this team? You got big shoes to fill, my dude. You want to make fans happy? I'm not saying to go out there to be the next Dan Marino, but be pretty close. Put up the numbers. Win games. Learn how to audible out better. Learn how to put the game under your shoulders and win the game. With that, get the run game going. We're not giving it to Myles Gaskins. Myles Gaskins is our starting running back, but you got all the offensive coordinators, those 3 offensive boneheads, the 3 stooges that we have as offensive coordinators, gets away from the running game in the first quarter, whether we're down or up. Stop abandoning the run game in the first quarter. Get Gaskins out in space. Use Malcolm Brown on the second and 2s. Actually, I shouldn't say that because he couldn't even get 1 fucking yard last week, so what the hell does it matter? But anyway, use Gaskins the proper way. Use him in the pass game. Use Siobhan Achman in the pass game. Use him correctly. Like you're not using Jalen Phillips correctly. Use him to pressure Matt Ryan today. Don't drop him back in coverage. Are you stupid, Flores? Let him do what he's good at. Let him rush the passer. Let him be the next Cameron Wake or the Jason Taylor. Straight run towards the quarterback and sack him. Let him run through his tackle. Stop using him as a pass coverage linebacker. He is not. And you were using him correctly for 2 weeks, and then you guys started throwing him back into coverage. It's horrible. Horrible. Second, if our corner's out, it's going to be a long day. Matty Ice, or Matt Ryan, or Matty Ice, or whatever the hell they call him in the Falcons organization these days, he's no slouch. But he's no Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, but he's no slouch. And you give him time to throw, it's going to be a long day. So pressure him. Our corners need to do better. Our safeties need to do better. And for the love of Christ, if Byron Jones plays, put him on Kyle Pitts. But if Byron Jones plays, put him on Kyle Pitts. Do not put Jerome Baker. Do not put Van Ginkel. Do not put Vince Beagle, which we get him back this week. Do not put Noah Igbenogany on anybody. Do not put Justin Coleman on him. I wouldn't mind if you put Javon Holland or Brandon Jones maybe, but mostly if Byron Jones is playing, put him on Kyle Pitts. Look what he did to Darren Waller. So stick with that formula. Stick with the formula. And do not play Noah Igbenogany. I don't care if you had a stick figure out there. He's still going to be better than Noah Igbenogany. Noah Igbenogany couldn't touch or intercept the ball if his life depended on it. I will give him credit, though. He's always in the right place. He's just not turning his head around to look at the ball. He's just putting his hands up. It's like, what the hell, man? He has the speed to stick with anybody. He just doesn't look for the ball. He plays the receiver and not the ball. Play the ball. Turn your head around. Locate the ball. Don't just throw your hands up. But yeah, that's about all I could think of. Stop the run. We gotta stop the run, which we haven't. We haven't stopped the run. I don't even know why I'm gonna even say stop the run, but stop the run. You're having a wide receiver play running back, so on the Falcons. So hopefully you guys can stop him. Cordell Patterson is a wide receiver, not a running back. I don't care what he says. So hopefully you guys can stop the run. Hopefully you guys can pressure Matt Ryan. And Tua, play a clean game, man. The Falcons are at the bottom of the league in pass rush and quarterback ratings allowed. The lowest quarterback rating they allowed this season was like a 60, and that was to Zach Wilson. But Zach Wilson, luckily, he can't hit a freaking defender. It was like dependent on it. He couldn't even hit a barn if it was right in front of him. So that was the lowest ratings that you've allowed. And Tua, I'm hoping you can go out and put 100+ rating on this team. And hopefully you can win. Because if you can't, guess what? There's another week till the end of the trade deadline. And with that being said, you might not be a Dolphin no more. And if you can't put up the numbers against this secondary, I don't think you're it, my dude. I mean, I've been trying to give you doubts, benefit of the doubts. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a Tua hater. Am I a Tua investor yet? I need to see a better product. And I'm not gonna blame it all on the O-line because honestly, I seen Thursday's game against the Broncos and the Browns. Their lines sucked too. All right, it's not just ours. The Browns, their O-line was beat up, but their run game was amazing. Dearness Johnson was running like a madman. Why can't we do that? And we have supposedly starting O-linemen. Tua, all I'm going to say, and I'm going to end it with this. Tua, you want to be a Dolphin? Go out and throw for another 300 yards. Do not make bonehead throws like you did last week. And when the game matters, you put it on your back. You drive the team down. You audible out of stupid play calls if you know it's going to be stupid. AKA that 4th and 1. Or I should say to the offensive coordinators, if it's 4th and 1 and you want Tua to be your guy, trust him to throw the ball and get 1 yard or run for it. So that ain't going to be all on Tua. Defensively, stop the run. And if our corners ain't playing, play as best as you can. Noah Igbenogany. Play the ball, not the receiver. And what I mean by that, before people comment, when you're running down the field, locate the ball, swat the ball away, try to intercept the ball. Yeah. Justin Coleman, if you're playing, just cover your man. Stick with him. And do not put a linebacker on Kyle Pitts. Please. I cannot see Jerome. I don't want to see Jerome Baker in coverage anymore. Do what he does best. Let him blitz the quarterback. Where has that been all season? With that, I don't even know why I'm saying this right now, but with that, I'm going to take the Dolphins to win this game. And we're going to get a redemption field goal, 24-21 at the end of the fourth. But Jason Sanders kicks it, wins us the game. I hope. 24-21. Fins up. Stay flashy. Stay Fins, fans. As hard as it gets. Stay Fins, fans. And stay tuned to that video of my thoughts on everything this season. And my reaction to this game is probably going to be in it, depending on how it goes. All right. Peace, Dolphins.